Alrighty, well, hello sinners. How are ya? On today's installment of the Letterboard of Truth, our quote of the day is... Psych! There is no letterboard of truth today. You just got pranked. Here's a life hack for you. Anytime you lie or do something bad, just say it was a prank. Then no one can get mad at you. Putting sugar in someone's salt shaker? Classic. Replacing your grandma's polydent with Gorilla Glue? Guilty. Hitting on young college students when you're 31 years old? Learn to take a fucking joke, dude. I wouldn't know anything about that last one, but famous YouTube prankster Steven Shapiro might. One thing you gotta know about Steven is that he loves a good prank. He's been on the platform for over 6 years, and his main channel's sitting at 2.6 million subscribers. Impressive. As an outsider looking in, I would say that Steven's pranks are hit or miss. Some of them are relatively harmless, like copying strangers' workouts at the gym or awkward dancing and modeling for strangers. You know, concepts where Steven is the butt of the joke and everyone can have a good laugh. Other pranks include giving service workers generous tips. Of course, we could argue about the ethics or motives behind giving away large sums of money on camera, but at least the target in this case is getting something good out of the prank, and I would much rather see Steven give strangers $1,000 than whatever this is.
Oh, sorry, I actually have a huge problem. So this is a hottie detector, and it scanned over you and it just went crazy, but I don't have your number.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Can we fix this problem?
Yeah, I hated that too. I'll say it. I'm a little weirded out. But yeah, the other half of Steven's shtick is trying to pick up girls on college campuses. Girls at least 10 years his junior, mind you.
I'm looking for my girlfriend. She was like supposed to be waiting in front there. Have you seen this girl? No. Should I get your number or?
I'm good.
I did mention he's 31, right? Look, I'm trying not to be ageist against Steven. 31 is still young, but why are you, as a man in your 30s, trying to pick up college-age women? You know, 18, 19, 20-year-old women? Quickly. Yeah, it's legal, but it's still weird. Can't wait for the inevitable age gap discourse in the comments. Excited for that. I've never understood the appeal of these sort of pranks. A good prank is when both people, the pranker and the target, can both find humor in it. But getting approached by strange men in public is the reality for a lot of women, so I fail to see the punchline. Well, listen, if I'm uncomfortable watching this, I can only imagine how Steven's wife feels. Oh yeah, you know Steven's married, right? Steven and his wife Meg have been together for at least a year and a half, and they tied the knot earlier this year. Congrats to the newlyweds. So if you're just as curious as I am about how Meg feels about her husband's pranks, they actually uploaded a video on their joint channel called Wife Reacts to Me Picking Up Girls. Ooh boy, if I had to guess, I'm sure it went over well. I'm sure Meg was very happy to watch her 31-year-old husband flirt with 18-year-old girls. I know I'd be. Otherwise, Meg, you need to learn to take a joke. Like, it's just a f***ing prank, bestie. Your husband is flirting with teenagers as a prank. What don't you get about this? I'm on the edge of my seat, and I already know this is gonna be a hard watch, so I can't wait to watch it together with you. But man, all this talk about pranks and marriage is making me thirsty. There's nothing like sipping on an ice-cold glass of water, but let's be honest, it can get pretty boring sometimes. Water doesn't have a real taste, and sometimes we crave a beverage more exciting that'll still keep us properly hydrated. If that sounds like you should check out today's sponsor, Air Up. Air Up isn't just a water bottle. It's a hydration revolution that utilizes a process called scent-based taste. Let me explain. When you drink water through the straw, a slipstream is created. This transports water and air through the scented pod into your mouth. That's when you'll experience scent-based taste, the technical term for smelling through the back of your nose or smelling through your mouth. Air Up allows you to get the enjoyment of flavor without absorbing any unnatural chemicals, additives, or sweeteners. Feeling like a woman in STEM right now. I'm gonna try Air Up's mango passion fruit flavor, and I'll show you how to install the scented pod. I filled the water bottle up to the line already, and I attached the straw to the mouthpiece. That smells really good. Get a load of this. So I have it installed like this, and now I have to pull up the pod so I can get the full experience. This is what it looks like. All right, 1, 2, 3, Happy New Year. Whoa, holy crap, that's crazy. That's really tasty. With the holidays coming up, this is the perfect gift for your loved ones. You can use this Air Up water bottle every day, enjoy different flavors via scent-based taste, while also staying hydrated. Right now, Air Up is offering an exclusive Black Friday deal that doesn't stop at Black Friday. By clicking the link below, you'll save up to 40% on all orders. And make sure to check out their 3 limited edition bundles exclusive for the holidays. Again, if you want to try Air Up for yourself or gift it to a loved one, make sure to click the link at the top of the description for up to 40% off on all orders. Thank you to Air Up for keeping me and my sinners hydrated throughout the holiday season and beyond. If you don't mind me, I'm going to chug the rest of my Air Up now. All right, go watch the video. This is gonna be a bit different from my reactions in the past because I'm gonna make this a drinking game. Every time I cringe, I'm gonna take a drink. I believe wild berry is on the menu today. Pretty good. Although I'm a sober Sally, feel free to play along at home with the beverage or substance of your choice responsibly. And if you're not old enough to consume a certain beverage or substance, you better put the shit down now. Or feel free to get yourself an Air Up bottle via the link in my description. And if I do this again sometime in the future, we can match. How cute. All right, let's watch Steven and Meg's marriage crumble over the next 10 minutes and 14 seconds. Ugh, cowabunga.
What up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today,
yeah.
we're gonna be doing a video that we've done twice now, but now we're gonna
You've done this twice? You've put your wife through psychological torture twice now? I mean, like, at a certain point, you gotta realize, like, hey, maybe this is a little fucked up.
But now we're gonna do it for the first time when we're actually married.
So instead of disrespecting my girlfriend, now I'm gonna disrespect my wife.
All right, this scene, I'll paint the picture for you. Make me Bob Ross, Jason. Jason.
Not the Bob Ross edit. This water's gonna go down very quickly.
I just want to let you know that you kind of did something to my eyes earlier because I just can't take them off you, and I don't know, maybe it's the like bright yellow color or something.
Oh my god. This girl is just trying to enjoy her fucking day at the beach, and this geriatric creep comes up to her and he's like, babe, I can't take my eyes off you. Your swimsuit caught my eye. You're just so beautiful. Bestie Meg, I hope you got a prenup.
Or your beautiful smile, I don't know.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, you're really complimenting her. She's getting a lot of compliments. Yeah.
Meg is trying to play it so cool, but you can tell that she is fuming on the inside. Bestie, I get it. You have every right to feel that way. Holy shit.
I don't know if this is like...
Round 1, fight.
I feel like...
If I had a fight with an 18-year-old over my husband's attention, I'd be gone. I'd be out of there. What happened to wedding vows? Like, you'd think as soon as you tie the knot, you would stop this behavior. You could tell this guy peaked in college.
Lately, I've been not even like jealous, just like feeling more intensely when other people find Steven attractive than I used to.
The word you're looking for is disrespected, disregarded. The fact that she's been feeling it more as of recently, you'd think that her own husband would listen and be receptive to her feelings. I mean, it's not like he only does flirting pranks. He has a whole, you know, repertoire, a whole Rolodex of other prank ideas he's done in the past and do well. So like, why do you still have to go flirt with college-age women to boost your own ego? I think I answered my own question.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Completely forgot what I was gonna say.
Where do you think he puts his wedding ring when he films these?
But is it cool if I get your number?
I am kind of not looking for honestly anything.
Yeah, no, me neither. That was stupid.
But no, I can give you my number. I just don't want to give you like.
False hope.
Her facial expression right now communicates more than anything she could possibly say. Run, bestie.
Here you are.
All right, I love you. Or is that too much?
A little bit.
A little bit? All right.
Yeah.
Well, I still love you. See ya.
What the actual f***? Even if he was single, this would be so cringy. But just like being in a relationship, let alone married, like the government legally recognizes that you like each other and you're still doing this shit. Unbelievable.
Look at that. 46.5 million in checking and 21 million on a mortgage loan.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sorry. I'm sorry. What's your name?
I would just like, if this was me, I would have such a hard time believing that. Like, why are you walking around a college campus asking for my number if your bank account was 46? Like, why would you not be
where should you
off
be?
in the Cayman Islands or I don't know. Like, why would you be on ASU's campus?
Why are you on ASU's campus to begin with? Period. Not just because he has $46 million or whatever the fake screenshot said. Why are you there? That's my question. Leave colleges alone. I noticed that a lot of these pranksters make college campuses their stomping grounds. But like, I don't see this as anything other than you being a menace. You trespassing on this college's property because you're not a student there. You don't work there. You're not a prospective student there. So why the f are you there? These women are paying thousands of dollars a year just to look forward to being stalked and harassed and flirted with by a 31-year-old man. Ridiculous.
Hey, question for you.
Oh boy,
You
this
got a boyfriend?
You need one who can do this?
That is actually what I'm looking for exactly. Those
Really?
are the requirements, yeah.
Nice. What's your name?
Brinley, what's your
Nice.
name?
You can call me yours.
That's pretty.
Or Steven.
I'm Steven. You can call me yours. Shut up. Shut all the way up. This would still be creepy even if he was a college student there, even if he was these girls' ages. It's just like, this approach is so tacky to me. Maybe I don't get this because I don't date men, but if anyone approached me with some shit like this, I wouldn't be able to take them seriously. Meg, stand up. Gotta get out of there. Your husband's a weirdo.
What are you doing?
Just looking for you.
31 years old. 31 years old. 31-year-olds can have fun, but like, your prefrontal cortex is developed, babe. So what's your excuse? Have fun with people your own age. Oh my God.
is like literally the perfect scene.
Babe, this is literally the perfect scene because I'm getting these 18-year-old girls' numbers. Yeah, it's the perfect scene because your ego is getting stroked. That's why. I'm gonna be doing some armchair psychology real quick. Let me just say, I don't know what their marriage is like outside of this video. We've only watched 3 minutes of them so far, and that's not a fair glimpse into their marriage. But part of me feels like Steven still does these pranks because since Steven is tied down now, under normal circumstances, he wouldn't be able to approach pretty women he likes. But if he says it's a prank, then he has justification to go up to these women and flirt with them. Does that make sense? It's plausible deniability because any concerns Meg brings up, I don't know if she brings them up later in this video or behind the scenes, Steven could just say, oh babe, that was for a video, it was just a prank. But in my opinion, he's using these pranks as an excuse or a way to make sure he still got it, that he still got it with the ladies, even though he's tied down. You could try not flirting with women when you're married? Does that sound good? Is that too hard to ask?
I would probably react the same way. Like, this is really entertaining and I can tell you're gonna be a goofy guy. Like, I would go for it.
He's so silly. You know, this guy is so silly and goofy by having a whole ass wife at home, yet still prance in the streets like he's a single man. But it's for content. It's a prank. He's so silly. That's why he's silly. It's a prank. He's so silly and goofy.
I'll put SCSU next to my name.
Perfect.
Don't want to get confused with your other ladies.
That's true. All right. I love you. Bye.
Unbeknownst to you, ma'am, miss, there are other ladies. One particular one important one actually. His wife.
If you combine all the views it's gotten from like Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, etc., it's probably like 30 or 40 million.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Babe, I disrespected you in front of 30 to 40 million people. How crazy is that? Gotta give a sip for that. Yeah, I'm picking up teenage girls' numbers, babe, but like, think of the views.
You were so attractive that you looked like, you know, you get feeling when you go, and you're like about to take the subway, and the train comes like right
This
in.
is in New York, by the way.
Now I'm flirting with girls in New York City.
We can fall in love before you head back to Phoenix.
And she lived in Phoenix.
She's from Phoenix. How funny.
Oh, great. like this other girl you flirted with is from our area. I don't know. If it were me, the amount of views these videos get isn't worth disrespecting my partner. I would never do this to her because I respect her too much. I don't know, if the coin were flipped and my girlfriend was the one on YouTube and not me and she was doing shit like this, I would feel so disrespected and also embarrassed. This is embarrassing. At the end of the day, who gives a fuck if this is getting millions of views? This is affecting your real life relationship with someone you love. So stupid.
Hey, Susie.
Were those black socks and black Crocs on the beach? You gotta take a sip for that. Don't get me wrong, I love my Crocs, but like, not like that. I know, it's giving black Air Force energy.
Is this when I was there with you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Did you see this one?
She was there when he was... So not only are you subjecting Meg to rewatching these pranks in a video for your public subscribers to see, she's also had to witness this in person. Oh, but like, it's just a prank, so it's fine. Gotta take a sip for that. That girl was clearly sleeping or trying to relax. She had her hat over her face. Like, what else could she do to let other people know that she's not interested in being approached? She's just trying to enjoy her day at the beach. Gotta take another sip for that.
I think this is what stemmed me starting to feel a little, like, not even jealous. I don't know what the word would be to describe it, but like, I've never seen Steven do these in
disrespected. Like I said, that is the word you're looking for. Oh, big fucking sip for that one. I'm like speechless right now. Are the straights okay? That's crazy to me. Like, your wife has to watch you flirt with women for content. Like, you can't even enjoy beach day with her. That's insane. That's... like, I have to laugh and cringe. Ugh.
But now that I've like seen it happen in front of me, it's a different feeling for sure.
We're already through half the bottle. Not even halfway through the video. Also, look at his fucking face. Are you fucking kidding me? You're getting annoyed because your wife doesn't like you flirting with women in front of her? We are in the bad place. Like, I'll say it, we are officially in the bad place. Listen, if Steven has anything, he has the gall. He has the gumption, the audacity.
He's actually training in work, and he alerted right here. So I was just wondering if he could just take a couple sniffs.
She's like actually
just the area.
concerned.
Sorry, he's training. I'm sorry. What's your
And Scout's just sitting there like...
Ugh, no one wants to see your white, stinky tongue, dude. Like, come on. I need to take another sip for that. So this has kind of become a pet peeve of mine in recent years. Maybe it's just because I'm a cat person. I think it's a little presumptuous to just like bring your dog in someone's face like he did with that woman laying on the beach, because you don't know how people are going to react to dogs, if they have an allergic reaction or if they are scared of dogs or don't like dogs, especially when you have a big dog like that. Like, I'm sure his dog is very nice. I do love and appreciate dogs, but like, I don't like when dog owners let their dogs get in strangers' faces. Does that make sense? Am I just a hater or am I right? Let me know.
It's like a little goober. He's got his big tongue out.
I will give credit where credit is due. That is a very cute dog.
He's actually training to find the prettiest girl on the beach.
Yeah.
This video is just a compilation of me making weird noises. I lose control a bit when I start cringing too hard. Just watch. Someone's gonna make a compilation of all the noises I make in this video.
My cousins actually live around the corner. I'm visiting them.
Oh, sick.
That's your cousin?
From where?
I think that was his attempt at a joke.
Steven.
Scout's just like,
Ooh, she forgot your name. Ouch.
don't try to bring me down.
You could tell his ego was so bruised there. I guess I was right earlier when I said that Steven does these pranks to make sure he still got it after being in a committed relationship for a while. Hit the nail on the fucking head.
The good thing, I have 25 Chick-fil-A sauce in my apartment now. Yes, what is your name?
She's like, okay.
Dimitri. Nice to meet you.
Dimitri. Love Dimitri.
I have your email?
Email?
Email.
Yes. I have extra Chick-fil-A sauce now, but if you need that.
Okay, so on Sundays when I need it.
Yes, all right.
So
what is
valid.
Okay.
That's it. You always need it on Sunday.
I gotta agree with them here. You know, homophobia aside, Chick-fil-A sauce kind of slaps. Like, what's more important at the end of the day? Marrying my partner who happens to be a woman, or having a delicious sauce for my chicken nuggets? I think you see where I'm going here.
Very pleasure.
Have a great day.
Pleasure.
Hey babe, here's me flirting with some teenagers, but with a Russian accent, so that cancels the disrespect out.
I'm gonna have to give you a violation, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's been called in. What's the first name?
Just like I said in the intro, I don't see what's funny about this because this is a reality for a lot of women. Getting approached by weird men, making sure to reject them in the nicest way possible so they don't get murdered, because that's a thing for some reason. But it's a prank. It's a prank.
Well, you see, I'm just giving out these tickets because you're just too damn sexy on this beach, and it's a big problem trying to clean the beach down.
Sexy's
You
an
know?
aggressive word.
Is it?
Like, he's so cocky. This is his ego boost of the week. Aggressively flirting with women, making your wife watch you aggressively flirt with women. It's like a power trip.
We're gonna go on a first date. You're gonna fall madly in love with me. I'll have decently mutual feelings.
Decently mutual. It's kind of harsh.
Gotta lay it out sometime.
Like, babe, you clearly don't understand my flirting style. I don't know about you, but I feel like the tension between the two of them has progressed over the course of this video.
Holy sh! Did you just come from down there? Yeah. Okay, the craziest thing. Yeah. So I was supposed to be my girlfriend right there, but I haven't been able to get in touch with her.
Okay.
Do you know, have you seen this girl?
Oh my God. Give me a break. The aggressive flirting is crazy. Watch out, if you go to college in Arizona, you'll have to look out for this guy.
Oh yeah. Can I get your number?
Yeah.
She's pretty hair.
Meg, I feel your pain. You're trying to put on a brave face. You're trying to find humor in this. You're trying to look at it on the bright side by like complimenting the girl's hair. It's not any of the women's fault from the videos. There's clearly one common denominator here. This would be my Joker moment as a wife.
Go down with the coat barn.
Not the cowboy outfit. This might be Mason Ramsey.
I think you're real pretty.
Real pretty.
Real pretty.
Real pretty. Gotta pour one out for that.
Look at her shoes. Those are
Wait, your
crazy.
shoes. Where'd you get those?
Your shoes, brother. They look like jeans and cowboy boots put together. Cowboy boots.
You know when you go to the eye doctor and they do the diabetes or whatever they call it?
Yeah.
Ladies.
Somebody.
Again, what is it with these college campuses?
I would highly doubt it.
Yeah.
Freshman? This girl's a freshman? So this woman is confirmed to be 18 or 19 at the most. And he's flirting with her. 31. That's the magic number for today. 31. Look at that smug face of his. I can't. Oh! I'm gonna do another drink for that. I'm gonna have to pee like a f***ing racehorse after this.
Been what, 9 years since you've been
5 years.
even Jack?
Oh, God, the disrespect. Oh my God, look at his face in the moment. Does that mean in the time she's graduated or in the time she started college? I assume it's graduated, because if you don't know, if you look on Meg's Instagram, she just graduated with her doctorate in occupational therapy. What a f***ing queen. Steven is fumbling the bag so hard. I mean, he's got this stunning, hardworking, accomplished wife right next to him who's a f***ing doctor, and he's like f***ing that up because he wants to go flirt with teenagers. Talk about not appreciating what's in front of you.
I love it.
Do you?
No.
Yeah, I feel like your whole.
Of course she doesn't love it. Why are you surprised?
I don't know. Lately, I've been feeling a little more like, just like, don't look at my man. I don't know why.
All right, guys, thanks for watching the.
Oh my. Meg, run! Run for the hills, bestie. I really hope she got a prenup. What kills me about this whole dynamic is that she has tried so hard to communicate that she feels off about these flirting pranks throughout the entire video. And she tries to deliver it in the most gentle way possible to not bruise her husband's fragile ego. And he's not listening to her. He's making faces. He's laughing at her. I'm embarrassed for them. And we're gonna take another sip for that. Took another sip because I am truly embarrassed for them. Listen, while Steven's stalking around college campuses looking for the next 18-year-old he can aggressively flirt with, Meg's a f***ing doctor. She's a queen. Like I said, this video is only a glimpse into their marriage. If it's only a glimpse, I'm afraid to see the whole picture. And I'm gonna leave it at that. For old time's sake, I'm gonna take one more sip. That was f***ing brutal. Whew. I joked at the beginning of the video saying you can get away with anything as long as you call it a prank, and apparently it's true. I was right on the money. I really hope this isn't a common occurrence, but if you want me to react to similar content going forward, please let me know down below. And in general, if there's anything in particular you'd like me to talk about in future videos, I have a Google form linked in the description where you can submit your video ideas. But thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a tiny thumbs up and subscribe down below. Thank you to Air Up for sponsoring, I guess, the first installment of my Cringe and Drink series. I don't know, if you want me to do more of this in the future, let me know. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time with a brand new video. Bye! Oh, I gotta take a leak.